And welcome back to Jeff Koinange live at the Villa Rosa Kempinski on this Inspiration Thursday. And I hope you are as inspired as I am on this Thursday, because this young lady, Liza Ngenye, 25 years old. By the way, she's a professor. She teaches at Strathmore University Communications. 25. Cancer survivor on this World Cancer Day. She says, there is life after cancer. And I totally agree with her. She's a smart little cookie, except when she says Meatless Monday, but that's a story for another day. Tweets coming in so thick, so fast. By the way, Twitter handles are at Liza Ngenye, at Koinange Jeff. The hashtag is the title of Liza's book, Honest Words. Honest words, folks. This book could change your life or somebody you know. Silas, good friend of mine, is actually PA to the former Prime Minister.
Oh, okay.
He says, interesting show. I lost my dad to cancer in early 2013. And then he says, hey, but omena. How can he give up omena?
He can make a vegan one. I'm sure there's a vegan version of that.
Vegan omena?
Yeah.
Vomena?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cecilia Mwangi. You know Cecilia Mwangi? Former Miss Kenya? Okay. Loving Kenya's story. She's a victorious warrior. My sister too survived cancer. 5 years down. She's healthy, but it wasn't a simple journey. It's a tough journey. And in this part of the world where there's not that kind of care which you could have gotten in America, it's tough, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And there's millions more. I mean, we keep hearing these days more and more people being diagnosed with cancer. And the first thing those who can afford can do, they rush to India.
Yeah.
What needs to be done, Lisa? I mean, what needs to be done?
Yes, and you know what? As I said before the break, we're not doing enough. I mean, there's an individual role, yes, we talked about lifestyle, but there's also a national role. I mean, I think that health needs to be part of our national agenda. We really need to be serious about equipping our medical facilities and our healthcare facilities with all the resources needed so that people can get quality healthcare here at home. There is no reason for a Kenyan to travel outside the country if all the resources that he needs, and most of these are diagnostic resources, for example, the PET and CT scan, which is the reason most people go to India, that should be available here. There's no reason for an old lady living out in the village to travel all the way to Nairobi to get treatment. Why can't she have treatment where she is? So we need to decentralize our healthcare system, so no matter where you are in this country, you're getting quality healthcare and at an affordable price, which is another issue.
Yeah.
Can it be affordable, and how can we make it affordable for every single Kenyan to be able to access quality healthcare where they are and where they live?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, because you know we keep hearing all kinds of things, all kinds of signals we're getting, but I don't know. Tweets coming in thick and fast, and we know you're not a medical doctor, but let me just ask you this question from Moses Ndivo. He says, is it true that a higher percentage of patients diagnosed with cancer may have had a root canal done? Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
You've heard that?
No, I've never heard of that. Yeah. I don't know.
Alano Ikenya, we don't know. Sorry, Moses, we don't know. We don't know. Alano Ikenya says, we can, I can, and Ngenye too, she can.
Yes.
Your story is very touching.
Thank you so much.
What is that, we can, I can? What is that?
That's the slogan for World Cancer Day.
Aha. And how was Nyeri today when you went to speak?
It was great. It was a
response.
Great turnout. People came for screenings. We're very happy, and we hope that we can continue this as a Ministry of Health.
Yeah. Felix Akoko says, Liza Ngenye is a cancer survivor. She doesn't look it. God is merciful. What should one look like?
That's the point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get that kind of reaction a lot?
All the time. They're like, really? You? Where? You know, they're expecting to, I'll get a tattoo that says cancer victim, on my forehead.
Yes, yes.
Still the same. Yeah.
Do you have a boyfriend?
What? Come on,
I just
Jeff.
asking,
really?
man. You know, hashtag
this.
asking for a friend.
I knew you were going to do this. Oh my goodness. Okay, can we continue? More questions?
My director says he's single, and I can hear people in my ear saying they're single. True Pasnayo? Oh no. Your mother is standing there watching you. Do you have a boyfriend, Liza?
No, really, Jeff, really? Come on, you can't do this. Please, you can't do this.
I'm sure there are a lot of people asking on Twitter, Facebook,
Please.
Instagram.
Jeff, really?
You have a boyfriend, don't you?
Really?
Professor,
really?
do you have a
No.
boyfriend?
Jeff,
Okay.
can we talk about cancer?
Okay.
Yes.
Moving
yes,
right along.
Yes.
You want to get married and have kids, don't you?
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
Are you afraid one of them could one day wake up and...
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a real fear.
Sure.
And I think that any person who has gone through that experience needs to be realistic. Yeah, it could happen, but would that prevent me from living my life? Absolutely not. I wouldn't change anything.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. I was going to ask you that actually. If you were to change anything in your past, what would it be?
Nothing. Nothing at all. You know, but one thing that I think maybe I would have done differently is maybe taking my time to understand people and really appreciate them. You know, going through an experience like this, you really begin to understand people in a different way. Maybe it's that I trusted too much, or maybe I took people at face value. But after going through an experience where you really see people's character, I think I'm more cautious now than I was before, and less disappointed. I think I went through a lot of disappointments in the past, but now I think I'm more cautious and more intentional with the relationships that I
Did you
value.
lose friends along the way?
Absolutely.
Really?
Friends and relatives, people that I knew. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Because you had cancer?
Yeah. I mean, you know, there are people out there who, I mean, Jeff, I pray for them. They have a problem. They really do. But I'm not going to sit here and wait and put my life on hold because someone can't deal with the realities of life. Yeah.
They're watching you now, you know that?
I know. Yeah.
And you're saying, how you like me now?
No, I pray for them. I wish everyone success in
Oh.
life. I really do.
God bless you.
Yeah.
God bless you. Advice for young people out there, your generation and younger. You know, more and more people being diagnosed with cancer. It's a reality. Like you said, anybody could wake up and they have the big C.
Yeah.
What's the first thing they do?
Yeah. Jeff, first of all, I want to say this. I think it should be part of our culture. You know how we celebrate birthdays, we celebrate anniversaries, we do these routine things every year. It should be part of our culture to go for a screening every year.
Yeah.
You know, it should be like, hey, you haven't gone for a screening this year, let's go for a screening. That's what we should do, because early detection saves lives. I wouldn't be sitting here if I had just sat back and not taken action. So whenever you have an opportunity to go for a screening and you have that control, if cancer is found out, then you have an opportunity and a higher survival rate.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How close, Liza, would you say, how close did you come to dying, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think I was just as close as that person who is probably over speeding down Wayaki Way, who probably hit a matatu. In other words, we all have the same probability of death. A cancer patient is no closer to death than that matatu who has hit someone and someone dies. You know, our lives are really in God's hands. He's the one who determines who dies and who doesn't. I'm still alive. I can't explain. I can't say it's because I did A, B, C, D. I'm still alive, yet someone else out there died from something else. Death is closer to all of us than we are ready to admit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Powerful words, my dear. Powerful words. Look, your book, how far do you want to take it? You're going to be talking to kids, you're going to be talking to high schools, universities.
Yes, we need to have this conversation, Jeff. Not just here on the bench, but you know, everywhere, in our schools, in our health institutions, in boardrooms. We need funding. We need to raise funds for cancer research. I mean, there's so much work that needs to be done. But the first step is awareness. I need to tell my story. Someone else needs to tell their story. We need to have this conversation. That's the only way that we can mobilize support and action for cancer.
And those who cannot afford to come on the bench, those who cannot afford to walk into a major hospital to get screened, what happens to them? They just die off?
That's true, but you know what, Jeff? That's your burden. That's my burden. We have resources, we have power, we have influence. We need to stand up for that person who cannot. That is our God-given duty. That's our God-given responsibility. So I can't sleep at night knowing that there's someone out there who is suffering and I have the means to actually help that person. We can do something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to look into that camera over there. That's your camera,
Okay.
Liza. You're talking to people out there with cancer, who know someone with cancer, loved
Yeah.
ones with cancer, people who have died of cancer, lost loved ones with cancer, from cancer. Talk to them. Those who have lost hope, those who have zero hope for tomorrow. What do you tell them? Go on.
All right. Hi everyone, I'm Liza Ngenye and I'm a cancer survivor. If I can be a cancer survivor, that means you can also be. Don't give up hope. Keep trying, keep fighting. I'm living testimony that yes, I can get through that disease and you can too. Now, if you know someone who is going through cancer, don't just sit and watch. Don't just feel sorry for that person. That's not what they need. Support them, encourage them, be there for them, take them to hospital. If they don't have transport, be their transport. If they can't eat, feed them. There's so much you can do. You don't need to be a doctor, you don't have to be a nurse. There's something you can do to support someone with cancer. Don't sit and wait and watch.
Beautiful. Going to end with a couple of quotes, tweets here,
Okay.
Liza. Listen to this. IG Faustino says, Liza Ngenye is a brave heart. Keep up. Oscar Green says, I feel so inspired. Awareness is the key to solving most of these issues. Thomas Kinodia says, cancer screening is viewed as stigmatizing. How friendly can this be, real quick?
Yeah.
Screening.
Well, one thing is, why don't you take a picture when you're going to screening? Why don't you form a club? Why don't you tell your friends, hey, let's go for screening? It can only be cool if you make it cool. If you want it to be boring, then it's going to be boring. You can have the power to actually change that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prince Wallace says, our lives are in God's hands. And then Mary Gashara says, Jeff, believe in yourself, meatless Monday.
Yay!
Please.
Yes! You can do it. I'm rooting for you. Yes, I am.
Liza,
Thank you.
it's for you.
Thank you
Enjoy
so
it.
much.
You're Team JKL right now. Please keep spreading the word.
I will.
All right, and good
Yes.
luck. We wish you all the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming to inspire an entire nation, an
Yes.
entire generation. Liza's book is Honest Words. Pick it up. You're going to love it. You're going to thank her for it, because in this she spills her heart and she gives a lot of advice, especially to all of you who have no idea how to deal with cancer. Before we sign off, I'd like to thank a PD from Coca-Cola. Thanks so much for helping us last weekend. We had a great time at Alliance Girls with about 2,500 kids from around the country. Thanks so much for stepping up and providing all those soft drinks. Keep tweeting at Liza Ngenye, at Koinange Jeff. The hashtag is Honest Words. Next week, new show, new guests, new themes. But the only thing that's consistent, folks, is that you cannot find this kind of stuff anywhere else but right here on Kenya's television network, KTN. Jeff Koinange live at the Villa Rosa Kempinski is the place to be. By the way, on the weekend, do you like country music?
Yeah, sure.
Now, could you be more enthusiastic than that,
Okay, it's not my favorite.
All right.
Okay.
Sunday night, 5 to
Right.
7 p.m., Nation FM and KBC at the same time. Country Roads with your fellow countryman, Jeff Koinange. You don't believe it? All right. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Good night. Good luck.